Hey there, welcome to Consult a Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and in today's episode, we're doing a live Q&A, Ask Me Anything. There is no special guest for today, so I'm here to answer your questions on anything you want, whether it's personal, YouTube, content creation, anything you want. I'm an open book, so I hope you enjoy today's episode. Let's get to it. As I said, welcome to Consult a Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and today we're doing a live Q&A for Ask Me Anything. Ask anything you want to, except for my social security number, bank account numbers, and all that good stuff. Otherwise, I'm here to answer your questions. It can be on content creation, YouTube, Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, anything you want. Tell us about the new camera. Okay, so actually I'm surprised to state that I got a text message this morning from FedEx, and my camera is actually out for delivery and due anytime. Originally it was scheduled for delivery on Saturday, so I'm getting it a few days early, which means tonight and throughout the rest of this week I will be playing with the new camera, which is a Sony A6100, which is the #1 recommendation from the live streaming pros. And I am a member of the Streamer Accelerator coaching group and a channel member of the live streaming pros. And we are approximately, it's today the 3rd, so we are 28 days away from the next Lita. So I'm slightly excited because not only have I been hearing about this camera and how to use it and all of its wonderful features for over a year now, I'm actually going to be able to share some of these lessons that I've learned over the last year on this camera and the equipment that goes along with it to be able to use it for live streams and recording, but as well as use it for the upcoming challenge in April as well as in August, because Lita is done 2 times a year, and that is actually what inspired the Bleedo challenge, or blind live streaming every day, in October, which I'm waiting to hear back from a few people on whether or not we want to do it 2 times a year or not for our community. But it is a Sony Alpha series camera that has the capability of doing 4K pictures and video. Not that I'll be using it in 4K because it's a waste of resources, more or less. Yes, 4K is a higher quality image, but it takes so much of the processing power of the camera and the computer to do streams that it's not really worth using the 4K for that kind of content. But it is perfect for 60 frames a second in 1080 quality. Whereas if you were to use the 4K quality, it drops the frame rate way down to 30 or less. And to have quick moving video like this here in real time is 60 frames per second. If it were to be like 30 frames, it would be like seeing my hand here and then do how it was glitchy this past couple streams that we had where my camera started screwing up on the phone. or even slower to where it would literally be like seeing my hand here at the bottom of the screen and then have it way up here and not seeing the motion between. We just don't want that. That would bring quality of content down, and that's not what I'm about. I want to have higher quality content to make it easier for you to be able to see and hear and actually have that depth of perception to know what's right here in front of the camera and what's behind me and so on. Um, Stories as models? No, this is not my first stream. This is, I've been doing streams to Twitch for a very long time. I don't know why it's not showing a video history. I will take a look into that though. Thank you for letting me know it does not show a video history on Twitch. I will definitely take a look into that. I've been doing multi-streams to Twitch now for August, September, October, November, December, January. So 8 months. 8 months have been doing multi-streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and Facebook. On Mondays, I stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. On Wednesdays, I do YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Um, at the beginning of the year, I went from doing a Wednesday stream, or I went from a Thursday stream to doing a Wednesday stream because it had more of a nice ring to the name of the series for a Wednesday, because usually Wednesdays is the Why Do You Do What You Do series. Unfortunately, today I do not have a special guest to interview for another fellow content creator, so today is just an Ask Me Anything series. And for those of you who were probably here waiting an extra couple minutes before I came onto the stream today, I'm sorry it took me an extra couple minutes. I had just literally finished the outlines for every single lesson. I had done the module outlines last week and finished those up. And today I sat here for the last 2 hours roughly, and I did lesson 1 through the rest of the list to get every single lesson outline finished. So now, after I receive the new camera today, I will be able to start doing the content creation. Hey, what the heck just happened here? You gotta love technology. As you can see, my camera decided for some reason it wanted to disconnect. Sorry about the bright screen there for a moment. It's a good thing that I can zoom in and out to be able to see what is happening on the camera. And thank you all again for being here today. It is greatly appreciated. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them into the comment section or the live chat session. If you are on Facebook, go ahead, post it in the comments, and I will be able to answer them for you. If you're on Twitch or on YouTube, go ahead, drop them questions into the live chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you're on any one of the other platforms and you wish to be more in the conversation with everyone, please feel free to join us on YouTube. But as I was saying a moment ago about the new camera, it is fully HD. I have the capture card and everything from Elgato, which is the same manufacturer as the Stream Deck that I use to make the show go a little bit easier. Instead of me having to fumble around now with a mouse, I can literally just hit a click of a button and everything gets done for me without having to sit here and squint and zoom in and zoom out to hit buttons for starting videos and ending videos and everything else. In the content creators course that I will be officially launching pretty soon, there are 12 modules with 69 separate videos, which will all be pre-recorded. Each module will also have a live Q&A session. That way I can answer your questions personally rather than making you email me or hit me up in the Facebook group, which will also be created for that course. You'll still be able to email or post within the group, but I also wanted to be able to give that immediate response during each module's release to make it easier on you to be able to have me right there rather than waiting for an email response or a response in the comment section on the Facebook group that will be created. And it gives you more of a chance to interact and meet more of the course students who are also going to have some similar questions or other questions that might be of interest to you as well. And I am literally going to show you in this content creators course how to start from the very beginning on YouTube, from not knowing a single thing up to being an advanced content creator. I have literally been on YouTube since day one of its launch, which was 16 years ago, February 14th of 2005. I've been here on YouTube since then. It's hard to believe it's already been 16 years finished. The course will be coming out soon, divided by site. Thank you for being here as well and asking. Today I am waiting on my new camera, and then once it is here and I can get it set up and calibrated for sitting here, I will begin working on recording the videos this week. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I will have everything enough done to be able to start the course, because I can always do the rest of the modules as people start taking the course. And I would say probably middle to end of the month, I would like to have the course officially launched. However, I am also considering whether or not I want to do a beta test with some people to ensure that it works out properly, or if there's things that I should improve or not. So I will actually be posting into the consulting crew group as well as into the mastermind group to pose a few questions to our community members to see what they think and see if people are interested or not. Okay, and what did Kim say here? It's, hey, Danny Mac, it's rant time. What do you think about this Dr. Seuss book censorship? It's kind of funny you asked that because I was just talking about that this morning with my mother, and it irritates me because, in my opinion, I don't see how Dr. Seuss is deemed as being racial. If anything, it's being inclusive, because if you look at every single freaking Dr. Seuss book, all of them, there are multiple characters of different types. You know, you got thing one and thing two, completely different than Cat in the Hat. And then you have the children that are in it. Then you've got the Whoville people. You know, there's so many different characters there. I don't see how you can claim it as racism. To me, it's retarded, because the people that are fighting for Dr. Seuss to be removed apparently have no idea. What the hell is going on with this camera? This is getting irritating. Irritating. See, this right here is what I'm talking about with technology. There's no reason for the camera to keep shutting off and turning on like it is. And that's going to be the benefit of having the new camera, because it shouldn't do anything stupid like that anymore. Really, there's no reason that it should be doing what it's doing now. But as you see, it is being stupid. It's one reason I always make the comment of, you gotta love technology, because it has these wonderful tendencies to be a pain in the ass. Story says there are a fair amount of Dr. Seuss books that clearly are racist. I don't know about that, because everything I've ever seen Dr. Seuss doesn't have anything like that. So I don't know. I haven't read Dr. Seuss since I was knee high to a grasshopper. Don't have kids, so I don't have a reason to watch Dr. Seuss series videos or read the books. I'm not a kid anymore, so I don't pay attention to it. And really, this whole racism thing is freaking retarded, in my opinion, anyway. Because we're all part of one race. Doesn't matter what fucking skin color you have. We're all human. That is your race. Now, to be honest, if you're going to be racist, that would mean you would be going against animals and different species and things like that, because race is human race. You know, we're the only ones that have the ability to speak, walk, and talk, and do what we want, where we want, compared to animals. To me, being human is your race. Now, your ethnicity and your culture, on the other hand, is what makes you different. Your ethnic background, which is whether you're a native or an African American or Chinese or Japanese or Italian or whatever, that is your ethnicity, not your race. Your culture, again, coincides with your ethnicity, whether or not you are Native American or Caucasian, German, Indian from India, Canadian, whatever. When you practice your culture and people hate on you, then that is cultural hate. If they go after you because of the skin tone you have or the culture that you practice, then that is ethnic and cultural hate. Racism should not be anything that we refer to because, well, as I said, we are the human race. But that's just my opinion. See, and that right there is another thing. Divided by sight and just say it's stupid, no reason to use the R word. Well, sorry, but I'm going to continue to use the R word because only stupid people don't understand what retarded means. And only stupid people refer to those who are handicapped mentally or physically that are the ones that are retarded. Because definition of retarded is to be slow or too slow. We use this word on a regular basis as mechanics because you have to retard the timing chain, which means to slow down or speed up in some cases the timing of a motor. That's originally where that term came from. And if you use the word retarded for somebody who has a mental disability, that person's not the one that's retarded. It's the one that uses it in that context that is retarded. Because, in my opinion, whether you have a physical issue, a neurological issue, or a mental issue, you're not retarded. You're gifted. Because we in the disabled community have a completely different way of seeing things and doing things compared to the average able bodied individual. And it's those that use the word in that kind of context that are retarded themselves, not the one that they're trying to push it off onto. Sorry, but I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps to protect free speech, and I'll be damned if anybody's going to tell me or anyone that they cannot use whatever language that they choose to use. And that's the thing that irritates me about all this stupid shit that has been going on over this past year and continues to get worse over the years because people are too freaking sensitive and get butthurt rather than being adults and getting over the stupid shit. We shouldn't be fighting each other over what words we can and cannot use, or the color of our skin, or the practices that we do for culture or nationality or anything. The people that keep creating this divide are politicians. The assholes who think that they need to have control over your every aspect of life. And people who think they need to be offended on behalf of somebody else. Oh, I'm telling you, Danny, me too. Because it's like if people would actually pay attention to where the words and phrases originate from, then maybe we would have a better education system. Because, in my opinion, you go into school, public school, private school, doesn't matter to me. School is an indoctrination camp where they brainwash you into believing whatever the government mandates that they teach you. They do not teach you the true facts of anything. And they haven't for generations. That's why kids today are getting dumber and dumber and dumber each freaking year. Why? Because we have too many people who get butthurt over, oh, well, they said this and I didn't like it. Well, tough shit. Facts are facts. Just like everybody getting bent out of shape over COVID. Guess what? If you did your own damn research, you'd know the truth about COVID and you wouldn't be wearing a goddamn mask either. Because it's no different than the usual flu that has been going around for generations. Coronavirus was discovered back in the damn 60s. It is listed on Lysol containers since then. Just saying. Don't count on the education system to actually educate you and give you knowledge. You need to do it your damn self because the government does not care. All they care about is you being manipulated into believing what they want you to believe. This is how they manage to tax everybody and steal your money out of every paycheck and force you to go about filing taxes every year and so on. If people would actually stand up for your own personal rights, your human rights, and the rights of everybody in this country and around the world, we wouldn't have half the fucking problems that we do. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Too many people don't actually do the research and they just want to take the information from the news or some satire site or some bullshit comment and run with it as if it is 100% fact when you can go out and find over 100 different places that state that it's bullshit. This is why I will continue to always speak my mind and not censor myself for anyone or anything. It's one reason I don't worry about getting sponsorships or brand deals because only the true sponsors or brand deals that will want to deal with me are going to be those that understand that I have the right to free speech and freedom of expression, and I'm not going to hold back for anyone or anything. What's going on, Greg? How you doing, brother? Yeah, exactly, Danny. Don't take offense, use a gate. I love it. Texas just opened up. I think Missouri did too. Florida is open, and I think South Dakota has always been open. Yes. I do believe South Dakota was always open. North Dakota, I do believe, is also opening. Um, Texas is open. Missouri's open. Florida is definitely open. Um, there are a few others. I don't remember right off the bat which ones they are, but there's almost a dozen states that either are opened already or are in the process of creating legislation to reopen. And it's about time, in my opinion. We should have been doing this last year when the government and the mainstream media decided that they wanted to contradict themselves 3, 4, 5, 10 times a damn day. Because if you literally look, not looking at the news, but if you actually look at medical research sites about coronavirus from 2020, 2019, and previous, you will see that COVID or coronavirus has killed less people than influenza. Literally, it's like 0.2 to 0.3% globally. The majority of the people who are in fact dying that are claimed as COVID-19 related are not dying from COVID itself. They are dying from pre-existing health conditions, whether it's a heart murmur or AFib or being overweight, having immune issues in general. It is not COVID that is taking them out. It is the pre-existing health condition that is making their immune system weak enough for the COVID to be able to infect them and cause issues. The government had put it in place so that every case of COVID that is documented gets a kickback. Every doctor, every nurse, every hospital gets an increase in pay and funding to the hospital for every positive case. So naturally, that's why they're going to say, oh, well, you've got pneumonia. No, you don't. You've got COVID. Oh, you're having a heart attack. Oh, no, you're not. You've got COVID. Because the more that they can say COVID, 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 the more they go, pay me. Because that's all this world is built on right now, is the rich getting rich and the poor staying poor. That's how the system has been rigged for generations. If people would really actually pay attention to history, you would know that the government has never had your best interest at hand since its founding. The system has been rigged against every citizen, no matter what color you are, what nation you come from. The system is rigged against you by the politicians and the corporations. Period. Politicians do not represent you, the people. They represent corporations and billionaires and millionaires to further their own agendas to create more bank for themselves and fuck you in the process. That's just like the whole democracy. They're destroying democracy. No, they're not. They're destroying the republic because that's what the government originally was set up as, is a republic, not a Republican Party, a republic. There was no such thing as democracy until years after the founding. Originally, when the countries were founded, they were all republic because they were founded and set up in a way that the people, not just Americans, but the people around the world had a say in what happened in their country. And over time, democracy was created, communism was created, socialism was created, and they started stripping your rights from you under the manipulation of it's better for you for them to think for you rather than you thinking for yourself. I'm a history nut. My great 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 grandfather is Chief Pontiac. So I have a deep, fond love of history. Not to mention, I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps and I love military history as well. And I have studied war for years. I have learned more outside of school hours than I did while I was in school. I love doing research, can you tell? Yes, exactly, Kim. You are more likely to die from a lightning strike than you are to from COVID. Who's the hippie? uh, oh yeah, no worries. Yep, Mississippi. Well, why can't you chat, uh, Greg? What's going on with the iPhone? Is it just not letting you? I'm catching up on the chat over here. I want to make sure I'm not missing any questions or anything. Danny, I honestly hope they do get overthrown. It's about damn time that they do because it's just bull. There's no reason for government to continue getting bigger and bigger and bigger and continue to violate human rights and constitutional rights and international laws. It's most likely going to happen in our lifetime. Never thought it would happen, but it may actually happen within our lifetime because if we don't do it now, we're just going to continue having issues well into the future, if not become further enslaved, because that's what we are already. People roll over and just let the wonderful government do whatever the hell they want to and think, oh, well, they're doing it for my best interest. No, they're not. They're doing it for their best interest. You know, think about this, would you? Just think about this. Here in the United States, we have approximately 535, 537 congressmen, House representatives, senators, legislators. We'll just put it that way, okay? 535 people. I'll work with the nice even numbers, round numbers, 535 people, all of which make an average of $145,000 each, with the exception of the Speaker of the House, which makes like almost 200,000. Okay, on average, these people only work 2/3 of the year. You know, the average worker is lucky to get 1, maybe 2 weeks worth of vacation a year, right? That means you're working close to 300 plus days every year. Politicians, on the other hand, are only working roughly 140 days. That's not even really half the year. Think about that now. They get literally 90 days plus of vacation or recess. How is it that the American people are the ones that are forced to work with 1 to 2 weeks worth of vacation, unpaid holidays, unpaid sick days, but yet the politicians have an automatic minimum of 90 days of vacation, paid holidays, paid insurance for life, including salaries for life even after they are out of office, and they can call in sick whenever the hell they want to and still get paid. They can travel wherever the hell they want to because the American taxpayer pays for it. And then they have the gall to turn around and tell you you have to do what they say. Yeah, bullshit. I did not spend 8 years in the Marine Corps to let assholes like them tell us what we can and cannot do and then profit off of our downfalls. Uh, War is actually good for some things. Unfortunately, the way that our government has been doing things and the way a lot of the governments have been doing things throughout the years is not completely justified for war. There are plenty of them that are not justified wars. It is over natural resources and things like that. Now, to have a war like we did here in the US for Civil War, for instance, or the Revolutionary War, those were justifiable conflicts. In the sense of defending your personal and human rights is a good justification for a war. To free your country from a tyrannical dictator or leader is a justified means for having a war. To step in the event of aiding another country's citizenship from being controlled, held slave, manipulated, and killed for no apparent reason is a good justification for war. Outside of that, no, war is not good for anything. The only time a war should happen is to defend yourself for your human and constitutional rights and for saving the lives of others who are wrongfully being killed by the government. Yep. Yep. I can totally understand that, Kim. Once a senator, always a senator. Because once them assholes are there, all it takes is one term. That's it. One term. The instant that they get voted into that office, they have that role forever. Even if they get voted out and replaced by another senator, whoever the one is that loses their seat, they still get their pension payment, they still get their life insurance, health insurance, and protection. You tell me one other job outside of the president that will allow you to work 2 years, 4 years, and then retire and still collect the majority of your paycheck, your health insurance, your life insurance, as well as protection. None. So why the hell do our politicians get to? They shouldn't be able to. As far as I'm concerned, once you're out of office, you lose everything. no health insurance, no pension, no life insurance, no bodyguards. And in the case of the president, once you're out of being a president, you're back to being a civilian, just like the rest of us. No lifetime paycheck, no health insurance, no life insurance, no personal protection, and no intelligence briefings. You're not in office anymore. Therefore, you have no reason to be informed by the CIA, FBI, or any other agency of what's happening around the country, what threats there may be. You're not in office. Oh, that's shitty, Greg. Sorry to hear that it won't let you comment properly. I know they need to quit doing stupid stuff like that, in my opinion, because it's absolutely retarded for, oh, we're gonna do bug fixes, we're gonna make improvements. Really? Why is it when you do this stuff, do you not ensure that when you do the update that it's going to work for everybody across the platform? That's why I had the issue with this camera this past week. That's why I was missing for a week, because they didn't update on the program, which screwed everything up. Seems to me like they should have to do the update settings and then go through and verify everything is going to work before they give it to us. Because if it doesn't, then we're the ones that have the issues. That's just like last week. My website was down for 6 days for the same exact reason. They came up with updates, then updates destroyed the capability of my security certificate, so I had to sit here for 3 days dealing with frickin' tech support to be able to get my website back up. It pisses me off. People would be very, very, very unhappy if I was their boss, because somebody would have their head on a platter. I don't. You do it right the first time, so there is no rework the second time around, or third time around, or fourth time around. You make improvements that automatically work and do not screw up the system as it was previously. But that's just my opinion. It looks like the Rant Time channel is going to be getting a few more clips. Exactly, Greg and Danny. Fix one thing, break another. And yeah, that it oh, I hate that crap. You're going to fix it, you fix it, and it shouldn't break any damn thing. As, if it's not broken, don't fix it. If you're going to improvement, that's different. If you're adding in a feature or taking away a feature, I can understand. But to go, oh, well, we're making improvements, we're going to fix this issue, and then destroy the issue to begin with, and then make it even worse, that's not good for business. Super rant. Yep, But that's why everybody loved me, because I don't sugarcoat shit. You can thank the Marine Corps for that. I was already outspoken before and nervous about being so open here on the platform, but the more that I keep seeing continue to happen, the more irritated I get. Therefore, the more I feel I have to speak my mind. Because if somebody doesn't say something about all the stupidity going on, it's just going to continue. Maybe if I can offer up some of my own knowledge and perspective on things, maybe, just maybe, we can make some of this stupid shit stop. You know, I swore an oath not only as a Marine but as a native warrior to my grandfather when I was younger to defend our rights, and I will do so until the day I'm dead. There you go, Greg. Kim's got a suggestion for you in the chat. She said that she had to turn off voiceover, put finger on the edit field and leave it there. Turn off voiceover and tap, then turn it back on, and hopefully keyboard will work. All right. Yeah, I'm 90%, I should say really 99% of the time, anytime you see me on Facebook or anything like that, I'm on the laptop. I have more capability with the Zoom and everything on the laptop to be able to do everything compared to on my phone because I just can't stand the way that they keep changing things and it irritates me. Some of the features used to be very, very simple, and then they took some of those features away, and then they made improvements, and they still don't work as good as they used to. Flop top. Well, that's what I'm streaming from. And then I'll actually be getting a hold of you too, Greg, so we can talk more about the NVDA because I am going to install it and I want to learn how to use it. That way I can ensure that the website and course and everything else works out the way I want it to for our visually impaired community. Excuse me. For those of you who may be joining us late, pardon, I did announce earlier in the stream that this past week, with missing the usual streams, that I did finish the module outlines. And then today, prior to going live, I did do the individual lesson outlines. So after today, once my new camera gets here sometime today, I will be able to figure out how to hook everything up and get it set up. And then I will be starting on recording the lessons for the content creators course. I will also be creating a Facebook group for it as well, for everybody that is in the course to be able to have a spot to get in touch with me, ask questions, chat with each other about what you do or don't like about it, and just create a community area for that particular lesson or course, so you can discuss the different lessons modules between yourselves and ask any questions that you have of me. Should be fun, because I'm doing my best to try and make everything as easy as possible for you to learn and understand and become a content creator, from not having any experience at all up to being an advanced content creator. As I said, I have been on YouTube for 16 years as of Valentine's Day. Hey, what's going on, Scully's House of Thrillers? Thanks for being here, brother. Long time no see. Thank you for all your comments on the replays and on the videos. Awesome. Thank you, Greg, for letting me know. I'm glad it worked out good, because that was one thing I was very, very nervous about, is not knowing whether or not the voiceover and screen readers and things like that would work or not. So I'm glad to know that it's working out good. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Scully, one of these days we'll have to have you on here still. And let me know when you're available, and we'll get you on here for interview for Why Do You Do What You Do. Alrighty, we are just over the hour mark. So if anybody has any last minute questions, feel free to drop them into the live chat or comment section if you are on Facebook, and I will be happy to answer them for you before we end today's live stream. All right, Scully. Hope your appointment goes good, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Greatly appreciated. But yep, it, this these current events, sorry to say, they do irritate the hell out of me, because 20 years ago we had some of these issues. I'm not saying that some of these issues did not exist already and that some of them have not gotten worse, but there's a lot of these issues that I believe are not from us as individuals, but are being caused by politicians and outside influencers. And there's a lot of these things that are happening more recently due to lobbyists and things like that that care more about creating chaos and getting profits than they are about the well being of the people and continuing to move forward. You know, if they honestly cared, a lot of these issues would have been solved before I was even born. But they don't care. The only thing they care about is making their own money and gaining more control. They would much rather tell you what you can and cannot do than letting you think for yourself. And this has been something that they have been orchestrating and planning on for generations. If you do your research and actually look when the Democratic Party was started and who it was started by and why it was started, then you'll have more of an understanding of why I can say these things. Because I can sit here and tell you this stuff all day long until I'm blue in the face, but you don't have to take my word for it. I would much rather you research it yourself and see the facts as they are rather than just taking me at my word. Yes, I have seen the movie Idiocracy, Greg, and I swear to God, right now I think that our country is becoming idiocracy. It's not going that movie is going to go from being a hypothetical creation to being used as a damn documentary because of how stupid society has got. Danny, if you have not listened to the movie Idiocracy yet, I highly recommend you do because I'm telling you what, right now, brother, that movie is going to go from being a fiction storyline to being a documentary for what we've got going on right now. It's got electrolytes in it. Fucking idiots. Just if you don't know what that refers to, I'm telling you right now, people, watch or listen to Idiocracy the movie. Because the sooner that you watch or listen to that, the more you're going to realize what the hell we've got going on in society right now. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. That movie is becoming more a reality every single day. Yes, it is totally a prophecy because it's just ridiculous. I never in 1,000 years would have guessed that society would turn out the way that it is right now. I honestly believed with the way the education system was back when I was younger and all of the different books, not only history books, but books in general from all the different generations that talked on history and the different events, whether it was here in the US or worldwide, that people would have more of an education and knowledge on things compared to watching the education system go from actually having a little bit of truth to it to getting rid of just about everything there is worth learning in the education system. Before, they had some facts. Now, these days, they constantly change up the curriculum and requirements, and kids are just getting dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber because, well, teachers don't take the time to actually teach the students. Now, I'm not saying every teacher is that way, but there are a great deal of them that just don't care. There are a few of them out there, because I had a few of them. I know I'm lucky to actually have teachers that do want to see the students get an education, have knowledge, and be able to do something with their lives rather than being one of those that sits on their ass and does nothing. That is one reason I have this channel. It's one reason I have all of my channels and so many different social media accounts and groups and everything else, because I have a nice education. May not have shit to show for it, but I do have a fair education. And I got tired of people telling me I wasn't going to amount to anything or couldn't do anything because of being legally blind. So, hence, consult the blind guy, because I am here to show you that you can do things even if you are visually impaired or disabled, differently abled. Doesn't matter what the condition is or why it happened, you can and should prove all those people wrong who want to have doubt in you and discourage you from doing things and enjoy your life no matter what anyway. Yeah. Uh, oh my god. Yeah, see, and that's what I'm talking about right there. They it's like exactly, Greg, that's exactly what I was just gonna say. Where did common sense go? And I hate to say it, but I don't know. Because obviously we within our community, being visually impaired, still have common sense. We still have what seems like more knowledge and education and a free will of thought than a lot of people out in society, which is very, very freaking scary. Because, you know, the old saying goes is look at the facts, they're slapping you right in the face. Well, guess what? You can't say that to us in the blind community because we already fucking know. And we've been trying to warn people about this shit for years. It's pretty bad when the blind ones are the ones to see through the stupid bullshit before those that have perfectly good sight. Just throwing it out there. I don't want to sound like I'm being an asshole, but I am definitely not going to hide my feelings or filter anything for anyone. Now, I will say that I do try to keep the language to a minimum, but I'm not going to entirely filter myself to where there is no adult language at all because, well, that just wouldn't be me. As some people would say, I'm very passionate when it comes down to our rights and free speech and everything else. And I do get a little bit energetic sometimes on these different topics because, well, as I said a few minutes ago, if I don't say something, who's going to? Yeah, right. I like that there, Greg. That definitely works. Give you 2 cents and it's a penny for your thoughts. Do I get change back? Yes, sir, you do. Sometimes it might be that other penny back. Sometimes it might be five, as Danny just said. Sometimes it might just be a quarterback because, well, I tend to go off on my rants. Hashtag rant time. Just saying. The Rant Time channel will be getting some content after today's stream and after Monday's stream. And I do believe I've got a couple other episodes that I did manage to find that I have to clip up yet too. So the Rant Time channel will also be getting some clips on there as well. I had anticipated having more on there already, but I've been doing so many different things and I really haven't gone off on my typical rants like we usually do until more recently again. So there will be more content there very shortly. Gotta love the blind community. We love picking on each other. Especially us guys. We love harassing each other. Hey, Vidal, how's it going? We're actually getting ready to finish up here in just a second, but it is nice to see you here. Um, I will actually reach out to all of you as well because I was going to see here in the near future if we want to do a blind discussion panel on some of the various different topics that we usually end up discussing on the live streams or in general for our community to help educate some of the sighted community as well as potentially some of our visually impaired community who might have questions that just are too afraid to ask others within the community. Blind harassment. Yep. And blindy harassment. But that's just between blindy versus blindy because well, we have them tendencies. We have the knowledge and experience with each other to be harassing to each other like that because we know what it feels like when we get asked the stupid questions or hear the stupid comments all the time, which I will be working on getting videos done for the Friday series of uploads due to the camera screwing up as it was before and not working last week at all. I've fallen behind on getting that content done for the Friday series, but will be working on that. Yeah, Kim, if you want to be on the discussion panel too, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you figure things out so you can be on as well. I've been on a few different panels in the past. Few of you already know because you were there and watching on Diana's channel as well as on Leah's channel for Ability Mom of Two. but there's been some friction between a couple of us creators because of the ways that they view things compared to how I view things. There's also been some conflicts with other creators that were here on my channel with their channel, and comments were said and things like that. So it's kind of iffy if those members will be here to participate with us, but that's entirely fine with me because those who actually do care about getting the educational content out and being realistic about things and not attacking each other for one's opinion is more what I'm into rather than having people constantly bicker back and forth because their opinions vary. Last I checked, we were all adults and we can agree to disagree. Any chance you know how Zoom might work when going live? Zoom is not a live streaming platform for like YouTube and things like that. Zoom is used strictly for like webinars or one-on-one or group meetings, things like that. You wouldn't use Zoom for a regular live stream. Yes, you too, Danny, of course. Yeah, I know, Greg, and it's kind of shocking, honestly, because I never anticipated hearing some of the comments that I heard from our community members towards each other, and then about our community in general, and how they use our community to exploit our community pretty much in order to get their own recognition. There's been a few of them I've heard them state that, well, I'm not here for the blind community, but yet everything that they make is about the blind community. You can't say one thing and do the exact opposite. But, to each their own. Same here, Vidal. Same here. It's like I don't want to have the drama. Adult conversation and discussion, fine. But attacking each other and putting each other down, no. We should be lifting each other up and helping each other so we all can deal with the various different issues that we have within the community and have a reliable support system. But again, that's just my opinion. Yeah, exactly, Danny. That's one thing I love about having you guys all here in our community is our drama per se on the channel is not a actual drama in the sense of we're going after each other. It's more we're nitpicking each other and picking on each other in a fun way rather than trying to be mean about crap. You know, speaking of which, I did not see not one duck today. So you know what that means? just because I haven't seen it, we're doing it anyway. Because I know she's here. She may not be speaking again at this particular moment, but divided by sight, this is for you. Hashtag feed the duck. Just saying. It's been a couple weeks since we have had anybody put up feed the duck or put up a duck or say anything about the duck. So I just had to put that out there. Exactly, Vidal. Exactly. And that's one reason I'm actually going to be doing the O&M videos. I know we have the one channel already of Traveling Blind, but I want to be able to give not only what I know personally, but what I have been learning over the past year with O&M instructors having webinars and everything. As most of you know, I've been included with into the community of instructors with Allied Independence, and I was in the O&M conference or well online symposium a couple weeks ago, which was freaking awesome. And I will be doing some more videos on the different things I learned in the symposium as well to help our community with mobility and orientation. That way, there's more access to the information that we need within the community, especially with this whole COVID thing going on and a lot of the facilities being closed that we would need services from, which really still irritates me that we need these services, and thanks to the pandemic, they've all been pretty much shut down, so we can't get any of the services. Weren't they a band? I don't know if Feed the Duck was a band, but we's gonna make it into one, I think. Just saying. We thinking about you there, divided by sight. We haven't forgotten the duck, which I will be recreating that here in the near future as well. I've got some better images of the duck so it doesn't jar as much as it does right now, but it'll be getting some much improvement. But alrighty, we are a half hour over. So if you have any last minute questions, feel free to drop them in real quick and I will be more than happy to answer them for you. Um, Vidal, if you need help with Zoom or anything like that, go ahead. Feel free to hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or any of the social media. I'd be more than happy to help you out. I know a little bit about it. Um, I do know that you can't use it as a regular streaming platform like YouTube or anything like that. But if you need help with stuff like that to do a live stream to YouTube or any other platform, let me know and I can help you with that as well. Yeah, she might have left. It's hard saying. It's hard saying, Greg. Sometimes she's here and just listening in the background. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Well, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, I'd say he'd probably chuck probably about a rick an hour, maybe a cord. It's hard saying. They got some small arms, well, short, stubby arms, but they tend to be slightly beefy, so they might be able to chuck quite a bit. Yeah, I know. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer, right? I had to do it. You asked, so I had to give an answer. I asked you, you asked me, so I had to return the favor. See, our community has too much fun during our streams, I'm telling you. Alright, if there's no more questions, then I am going to hop my butt off of here for now and prepare for the camera arrival. That way I can prepare for our live stream next week and can begin creating the content creator course lessons and more content for Friday and editing. Um, for those of you that are in the feedback team for my music, I'll also be hitting you up as well, just an FYI. So, with that said, I want to thank you all again for being here today for the live stream. It is greatly appreciated. Greg from the Blind Guy Show, Danny McKenna, Vidal the Blind Reader, Kim Lackey, Divided by Sight, Scully's House of Thrillers. Don't believe I've missed anybody. If I did, I am sorry. But everybody is greatly appreciated that comes and joins us in the live streams to hang out, chat, ask questions. If you're new, please feel free to give a like and subscribe so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you have any questions or comments, anything you would like to have me cover on the channel, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all again for joining me today. We will be back on Monday for our usual scheduled live stream to discuss another 5 ways to make income from home and or online. I hope you all have a good day or evening, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you again for joining us. We will see you in the next live stream. Until then, peace out, stay warm, stay safe, and have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.